Okay, we've established a quorum, 3 of us present. Do I name who's present?
I was asking you to give us the start time of the meeting, and then I'll call roll call.
Okay, good. Okay, so we're starting the meeting. The time is 4:01.
Thank you. I'll now move on to establish quorum. Members of the authority, if you are here, please indicate so by saying aye. President Hill. Absent. Vice President Schmidt.
Aye.
Thank you. Commissioner Meadows.
Aye.
Secretary Epstein.
Aye.
And Commissioner Flagger. Commissioner Flagger is not with us today. Secretary Epstein, you do have a quorum. The majority of your members are here.
Okay, should we pass the Pledge of Allegiance?
We can. It's your meeting.
Okay, we'll pass the Pledge of Allegiance. Are there any public comments?
Members of the public, if you like to speak on items on this agenda, please indicate so by raising your hand. On items not on this agenda, I am sorry.
Hearing none, I will
Arna?
go on. So we have one item for consideration. That's the declaration of local health emergency necessitating hosting virtual commission meetings. And it's to adopt resolution 2022-05. Is there any discussion? Can we take a vote?
I'm happy to make the motion
Okay,
that we
thank you.
pass that, and we need a second probably.
I'm happy to second it.
Great. We have a motion on the floor to adopt emergency resolution, motion made by Meadows, seconded by Schmidt. If you agree to adopt this resolution, please indicate so by answering in the affirmative. Vice President Schmidt.
Yes.
Thank you. Commissioner Meadows.
Yes, and I apologize. I got actually our vice chair is Vice President Schmidt. So my apologies for promoting you, Suzanne.
I know Cindy sent me a note asking me to run the meeting. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, but anyway.
I didn't remember I was vice president, so don't worry.
So both of us, neither of us remembered.
Neither of us remembered, so.
Need to have a meeting.
Yes.
Okay, did you call my name?
I have not. I'm sorry. Secretary Epstein.
Aye. Yes.
You.
Whatever.
The record will show that President Hill is absent, as well as Commissioner Flagger is absent. This motion is passed with 3 votes in the affirmative, and that concludes this item.
Okay, next on the agenda is informational items. Do either of you have any informational items at this time?
Staff has no informational items.
Okay, and Sally or Lisa? Okay, I have a couple informational items.
Just a quick one. Have we determined when the next meeting is, or we haven't?
I was going to include a quick summary. Sorry, Secretary Epstein. I was going to include a quick summary on the report section, and I'll just hold it until then.
A quick summary of, is there something?
In regards to the next meeting.
Okay, so we'll discuss the next meeting when Angel is going to do his report section. But that is very key. We have, so the informational items, we do have a proposed budget from the county, and we do have a reconciliation of the last year. And I just want to report that it's all good news in that we actually didn't use any NCLA money for the past fiscal year because it was all covered by the credits that we still had. And we have some carry forward credits for the following year, as well as additional money that's coming in through county and ERAF and things because of there's excess money happening this year. And Chuck is forecasting that we probably won't need any NCLA money at all. He has on the budget a minor amount like 150,000 visas that'll probably be wiped out by additional money coming in through the funding formula of the libraries. So just letting you know that we haven't actually used NCLA money this past year and probably will not use it in this coming year. These are very unusual times, and I know you both are fairly new on NCLA, so you probably don't actually recognize this as being quite unusual, but it is. We usually are spending a great deal of money, and that's what we're here for. Anyway, just letting you know that news. The other thing I wanted to, that I feel is very urgent actually, is that I did find an auditor. I spent a lot of time actually looking for a firm that would work for us, that is qualified to work for us. And I did find one that was willing to give us a proposal. And I'm afraid we're going to lose this by never having a meeting originally we were going to meet in May, and then we're going to meet in June, and I was going to have them come and do a presentation. I've got their contract. I have a proposal. I haven't gotten back to them. It's been way over a month, and it was very difficult to find. And I really think it's urgent. We do have a meeting, and that's one report. And I can actually have Angel forward their proposal just so you all have it. But we do need to vote on it and hire them if we're going to hire them. The other thing I just want to bring up is there are two government required, legal required things that we were supposed to do before the end of the last fiscal year, which was June 30. And that was to set a resolution, pass a resolution setting a special tax rate, which is, it is our NCLA tax rate. Is just a formality. It's not like we're not going to be charging that tax. It will happen, but it is something that we're supposed to do each year, is renew that. And the second thing is setting the GAN limit. Again, it's formality, but it's something that is legally required that we haven't done. We do urgently need a meeting, and I don't think we should keep waiting. Those are my reports. And so now back to the agenda, which maybe I have lost now.
If
It's
there are
member
no,
and staff reports.
Yeah, I think, okay, now, yeah, staff reports are, staff report, if there's
So
staff reports.
my only report to this commission was going to be in regards to your upcoming meeting. As you know, we've been attempting to schedule our regular meeting to pass everything that you just mentioned, Secretary Epstein. But in my polling for this meeting,
I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt, Angel, because we have Commissioner Fliger on the attendee side. If you want to pull it over, I see that she's there.
Thank you. I just hit the button.
Yes, and I know we have the agenda does describe these things, but last time we agreed that we weren't, well, now we're going to have 4 or 5 of us, so we definitely have a quorum, and the stuff is on the agenda. But this meeting had one specific purpose, and it's turning into a full meeting. And I completely agree with Secretary Epstein. We desperately need a meeting, but last time we didn't get into discussion. We focused on the emergency thing, and yet this time we are. So I'm struggling with the inconsistency of how we're approaching these meetings, which are supposed to have one purpose. I completely agree that we need to get this settled, though.
Yeah, that was just under the report things. We're not having the discussion on those items, but it was under the report section of the agenda, and the agenda does have these other items on it. We had one action item though. And Nisa, can you hear me?
I can. I won't be turning on my video though.
Were you on? Could you hear me when I was describing some of the situation we're at in the reports?
No, but please don't repeat them. I will watch the video or check in with Vice Mayor Meadows.
Great. Okay, good. Okay, just as long as you get the information. That's great. Okay, so Angel, you were in the middle of giving
I was
about meetings.
I was just going to comment that based on the summer, that we're in the summer now. The authorities members' schedules places them on their summer breaks. So we're looking into having our next potential meeting if we want to include all 5 members in August. That was going to be my only report. So
So I'm just wondering if there's any day in July, any day, anytime that the 5 of us are in town.
I'm
Or
gone next
4.
week, but I can make time after that. I guess I'm a little disturbed that we've put these things off, and I also would suggest at our next meeting we have council present, because I feel like we may be getting in trouble here.
And I have my hand raised. I don't know who's running the
Oh,
meeting.
yep, there you are, Anita.
No, that's fine.
Kate.
That's fine. No, and I agree with Vice Mayor Meadows. I don't want to get into a discussion of the substance of these outstanding items, but clerk, you only need quorum for a regular meeting, and even though ideally it would be nice to have all 5 of us, if there are 3 or 4 available in July, please let's move forward. This is really serious, as you know. So I think we should have a July meeting, even if all 5 aren't present.
I think I really need to be one of those people though. But I am available in July, so it shouldn't be a problem.
And I also feel, sorry, I'll raise my real hand. I also feel we need to understand what's happened here, that, you know, because we've tried several times. We've all given dates probably several times for meetings. And I just, they have to be scheduled, particularly when we have, again, council can weigh in, council with SEL can weigh in at the next meeting. But I just don't understand why we haven't had these meetings, and perhaps there's an issue, but then we need to address it where someone can actually, make these happen when we need them.
Staff has heard direction from the authority that I am to book a meeting in July if we can have a quorum. So I will take that as an action item, and we will get this done.
Thank you.
Thank you, Angel.
Yeah, and I would just put, Angel, I'd put every date and let people say what dates are not available rather than just a select few dates. And then hopefully we'll get somewhere. Okay, any other member reports or comments?
So, excuse me, before the next meeting, we will get some background information on these other important topics. I would like the budget or the issue about raising taxes. At what point do we start looking at how this money is going to be spent going forward, what it's needed for? I feel kind of bad sitting on a pile of money.
Okay, so yeah, so you got very many different things there actually, even though it sounded like just a few things. In the packet for the meeting, there will be the information about the budget and about these 2 resolutions that need to be passed. And we're not raising taxes. We're just approving, it's a set tax, but we're approving the continuing of it.
Well, that probably should be a discussion too at some point. So
no, it's the bond measure. It was passed. It's nothing we can change.
Yeah. So, but Lisa, in a couple of years, I think what Vice Chair Schmidt may be referring to, and that's something that will be part of the packet, is explaining when the bond measure that passed years ago expires and when we need to consider putting it, whether or not. But that's different from what Suzanne is talking about. Every year we have to go through this exercise.
Yes, good. Right. And then with regard to the money, yes, definitely, that is a discussion that needs to take place. But and then with regard to the contract for the auditor, as I said, I can send that to Angel and he can disperse it to all you now, so you can have a month to look at it, or however long we have until the meeting. And I think that covers maybe, Lisa, what you're talking about.
Well, I guess also it seems to me there's still outstanding the idea of an administrator for this agency and how that's going to be handled.
Okay, so I do have an update on that, and so I guess
this isn't appropriate to talk about, but it does seem to be an issue that's left hanging. If we need to agendize it next time, I'm fine with that too.
So should I give the update on that so everybody knows what the
I-
situation is?
I think President Hill is planning on having that be an agenda item for the bigger group meeting. So it will be
Okay.
agendized, and you will have the opportunity to talk about it freely.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, any other comments? All right, then, meeting is adjourned at 4:16.
Thank you very much. I will send out the polling as instructed. You guys have a
Okay.
good day.
Thank you.
Good to see everybody.
Wait, Angel.
Yeah. I'll
Uh,
give you a quick
I
second.
mean, you've sent out polling already. Was there not, you're gonna send it out again? I mean, I've answered polling like 3 or 4, and they're always, and I appreciate what Suzanne said about, oh, they're, just ask when you're not available. I mean, this is really hard to do. I mean, a doodle or something, I mean, just to tell you dates and then weeks go by and then those dates aren't available and times aren't available anymore. I mean, Angel, this is actually not on you. I understand that you're not the bottleneck, but I just am tired of providing dates and nothing happens. So
And we don't hear back.
yeah, exactly. And again, it's not on you, Angel. But I just don't want to tell you every time, every hour I might be available in July. I'm just not going to do that. I've provided a lot of that information already, and we have
Would it
that.
make sense for President Hill to just tell us when we're going to meet here, and it's up to us to make ourselves available?
Well, we need her to weigh in. This is really, I'm not, and I hesitate to say anything because maybe there's some issue we aren't aware of and we need to be supportive of, but that's where the gap is. So.
And Angel, it's just really the 5 of us. It's not the extended list of the county people, the library staff, the city
Correct.
staff. First you get the core group of us, and then we announce when the meeting is.
Yeah, I will, if I can find a common availability from the polling that I've already received, then that will be the date.
Yeah.
All right. So
Okay,
you've heard the urgency. This is a
I've heard it, yes.
priority. Okay.
Yeah, I guess I'd rather be told what day to show up. And I'll do it.
And these should be regular dates and times. Once we have to look for a date every time we're trying to have a meeting, it's just not going to happen. And it's not being, President Hill needs to drive it. And I don't know. It just, so we'll leave it up to you. You've heard us. We're belaboring it now.
And
And
we usually set the date for at least the next meeting or the next couple of meetings at the meeting that we're in. And that's usually when the last on the agenda, when the last items is future meeting dates. And so when we're all together, we can all look at our calendars and we can say, yeah, we can do that on the 3rd week of, October or something. We can do it. So I think we should get back to doing that. So we don't,
yes,
this
doesn't work.
yes, doesn't work. Okay.
All right.
I hope to see you all very soon.
All right.
Yes,
Thank
it would
you.
be good.
Bye.
Okay.
Thanks,
Thank you.
everyone.